Hello, HUD house hunters. HUDForeclosuredeals.com. Before we get started today, I want to just thank everybody for tuning in. Our video numbers have been huge in the last couple of weeks. This tax credit's winding down, so I think a lot of you are looking for homes, and we appreciate you looking. Today, we're in front of 2682 Inspiration. Now, Inspiration is located in the coveted Villa Loma subdivision, basically South Carefree and Powers area, so eastern part of Colorado Springs. This house is massive, guys. 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, and a 2-car garage. The last owner paid $240,000 for it. It's on sale today for $170,000, and it's nothing more than a cosmetic repair. You're gonna love this thing. Come on, let's go take a look. So we're inside the living room at Inspiration Drive. Right out of the gate, you kind of have an L-shaped living room area. Now, this carpet is dated, but it's perfectly functional. And guys, you know, on a lot of these, if you're looking and living in it, we want to try to take as much of this as we can live with so we can reduce your repair costs. But just keep in mind that with a purchase price of $170,000 and the last guy paying almost $240,000, you've got $70,000 worth of equity. You don't want to spend all of that on rehabbing this property, but obviously if you spend a little bit, you're going to gain a lot of instant equity just by updating it. We wrap around to this L to come into the kind of the dining room area, and a pretty good sized dining living room combo. And then we head over this direction to find the kitchen. Now, the kitchen's got some amenities I really like. The appliances are newer. You got your stove and your microwave there. Cabinets are a bit dated. Keeping in mind this house was built in the 70s, so these are probably from the 70s. But they did update the flooring, so it's got newer linoleum tile, very similar tile to what we put in our flips. And it does still have the old style windows. So that's one of the things we'd probably want to look at replacing. But this is in buy and flip range. It's a higher end flip, but again, $70,000 worth of equity right out of the gate. I'm really digging this property. With that, let's check out the upstairs. All right, now this is something you don't even see on newer architecture properties. This house actually has 4 bedrooms all on the upper level. So if you've got a young family, you need to keep everybody close by, this is the house for you. Starting this direction, we have the first of the secondary bedrooms. And this house sort of sits on a bluff, as does most of Villa Loma. So I don't know if you can get this, but before we continue on, you got a really nice view. The backyard obviously needs some work, but you got a pretty nice view of the city from here. And although these are the old aluminum style windows, they're huge, so they're letting in a good amount of natural light, which keeps the room feeling bright and airy, so that's a nice touch. The carpeting is a purple, pinkish deal. Don't like the color, but believe it or not, this carpeting is in surprisingly good shape. I mean, it looks like it's holding up pretty well. Keeping in mind, 2,600 square feet, they really used a lot of the space on the rooms, which is awesome. As far as rehab goes, I'm going to replace this window because it's the aluminum style window. We're going to give this a nice 2-tone paint job, probably replace these bifold doors with something a little more modern, and you're done. And that's going to be pretty much the case on most of these bedrooms. They're cosmetically challenged, but other than that, they are perfectly functional. And again, equity spread is huge on this, guys, so definitely take advantage of that. A little smaller than the first two, but still a pretty decent size. Same as before, this has blue carpeting, so none of the carpet really matches. So we're going to be replacing the carpeting, ideally with one color throughout, replacing the window, replacing the bifold doors, painting it, and then you'll be off to the races on this one as well. Finally, we have the master, which is an excellent size. So the master bedroom is relatively wide and extremely deep as well. Again, the carpet doesn't match, but I like the size of it. And you got to see this closet, ladies. This is nice. It's actually a huge walk-in closet, which we see a lot on the more modern architecture homes in the 2000 era, but very rarely do we find this in a 1973 built like this one, so that's pretty sweet. And the master, of course, has its own bathroom. So you got a full, well, a 3/4 master bath up here. Nice feature, really nice to find at this age and this price range, because an attached master bath is kind of rare, so at this age. And this is a full bath. And as far as repairs go on this actually looks pretty decent. I mean, it's got an updated vanity. The sink has been updated. It's got a newer tile surround. I apologize, it's a little dark, guys. Keep in mind there's no power on these properties. But, you know, this is not a rehab. This is an update. And it's an update with a huge amount of equity in a very nice neighborhood. Villa Loma is well known all over for being a 200 to 280 neighborhood. And here we are picking up something for $170 at only $100 down as long as you act quickly. With that, let's check out the basement. On the way down to the basement, I want to show you this lower level living room area. Again, a different type of carpet, but obviously pretty modern. They replaced the patio slider door, and we'll conclude by showing you the backyard, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. On this level also, we're going to find access to the garage. So this is your garage entryway here. And then as we continue back this direction, you've got your washer and dryer hookups. And then it ends back here with your half-guest bathroom. Heading downstairs in the Inspiration property, I want you to notice that although this is a basement, it's very bright. This is another 600 square foot of finished out living space. They pulled permits on this. This is legal living space. So you've got yet another living room area. And then back here you have the 5th bedroom. Now this bedroom is lacking one important feature, which is a closet, in order to make it a legal bedroom. However, you could use this as an office in the meantime, and it's a pretty decent size. So this is nice if you got a teenager you need to put downstairs and etc. And with 5 bedrooms, oh, I'm sorry, I stand corrected. We actually do have a closet back here. It's just lacking the door. So you have an official 5th bedroom down here. And then as we continue out to the living room, there's one really cool feature I want you guys to see. So you've got a bookcase, right? And everything against the wall. Now check this out. I guess we would call this the panic room, because I don't know what else they were doing with it, but this is nice. It's a kind of a hidden storage area behind the bookcase area. Lots of options here, and pretty cool, and actually pretty well done. The doors are heavy, so they're hard to move, but you've got a bookcase that hides some storage space directly behind it, so that's a pretty neat feature. With that, let's check out the backyard and Inspiration. We'll get you guys rolling. Come along. All right, so we're out back at the Inspiration property, and I just want you to take a real quick look here. We've got a huge backyard. They even had a little tree house back here. The lot size is pushing just over 8,000 square feet, so it's a pretty good sized lot in this neighborhood. And, you know, it needs a lot of work. You got a lot of weeds, you got a lot of landscaping you got to do. But when you're done, you've got a great backyard and a great place to hang out with the family. With that, let's recap Inspiration Drive. Now, 2682 Inspiration Drive is listed right now for $170,000. It's in the Colorado Springs, Colorado area. 80917 is the zip code, and Villa Loma is the neighborhood. It features 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and guys, the last guy who owned this house paid $238,000 for it in 2007. Today they got it on sale for $170,000, which is a stellar deal. Don't miss out on this one. As always, if you want to take a look at it, call me. The number's on the bottom of the screen. We can set up a showing instantaneously. Just let me know when you're ready to go. With 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and this price, this will go quickly. As always, guys, I thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.